Hey guys, so I wanted to make a very quick video because tomorrow, March 26th, is Epilepsy Awareness Day and you wear purple. So I thought I'd do this video today so it could get put up before to remind everybody that you should wear purple. Anyway, so I thought I would talk about my journey that I've had through epilepsy. Now, most of the story that I'm going to tell you, I don't remember because of the seizure that I had. I do not remember most of it. And when I say I remember this, I remember a few certain events out of it. And I will probably tell them at the end, like, say this is what I remember, or I might say it through the story. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, so when I was 8 years old, I woke myself up out of a dream that I was having because I turned over and my right arm was like numb. And I turned over and I put my hand and it was all in my saliva. Now that part I remember because my parents wouldn't know that. Okay, so I put my arm in my basically in my saliva because I'd been drooling so bad because the right side of my body was numb. It looked basically like I was having a stroke. And I don't remember getting out of my bed. I remember only one little bit from the hallway, from when I was walking down the hallway to go to my parents' room, and I remember bumping into the wall. My mom has told me that I was crying when I came to her room, and I don't remember that. But anyway, so I went to their room and they did the test, to see if you're having a stroke, lifting your arms up, smiling and all that, and every textbook sign that I was having a stroke. But in reality, I was actually having a thing called Todd's paralysis. It mimics every sign of a stroke, but it's not a stroke. It's something completely different. And it's in about, I think, it's either 13 or 16% of seizures. I don't know. I'll put the actual statistics somewhere here because I can't remember. But it's pretty rare. It's actually not a common thing. And that's the only reason that we actually caught this seizure. Anyway, we went to the hospital and the hospital didn't do really anything for me. They just said, oh, she passed out in her sleep. It was a syncopal episode, which means it was only one-time thing. Well, in reality, I think we don't know. I might have been having them before. We don't know. But I still continue to have them, I think, in my sleep. I'm not 100% sure. I can't catch them in my sleep. I woke up with Todd's paralysis. So I could still be having them in my sleep, but I wake up with bruises all the time, and I just wake up in pain all the time. So that's why I think I'm having them. But anyway, back to my story. Sorry. So some of this might get off track. I was rude. Some of this might get off track for the story, just because I will throw in things from today, from our experiences that I'm having today. But anyway, so we left the hospital and went to my doctor's office. And my doctor, he's like, oh, that's good that you went to the hospital. And Mom's like, no, they didn't do anything. So I had, I think, an MRI. It was either a CT or an MRI. It's where they put the contrast in, which is the dye. And you guys can comment below what it is because I can't, like I said, I can't remember. But anyway, that didn't really show anything. They were more checking for a tumor in my brain. Well, I didn't have a tumor in my brain, thankfully. I was very fortunate that that was not the reason why this was happening. And a few days later, I had a sleep deprivation EEG, which that meant my mom and dad had to keep me up a little later to make sure I would fall asleep when they were doing my EEG. Anyway, so they did the sleep deprivation EEG, and that's what actually caught it. And before, my primary doctor was saying that it was only on the right side. When we went to my neurologist in St. Louis, he said that it was on the left and right side. So I was having him on both sides of my temporal lobe, which is down where see where your temples are? It's down in this part of your brain over here that you have your temporal lobe in. I started medicine. I started taking Tegretol when I was 8. I took Tegretol till I was 10. I've been off my medicine for 9 years, and I just think recently like maybe since high school started. So when I was 15, I think I started having my seizures again in my sleep because I wake up in pain, I wake up with bruises, and this has been going on for a while now, and I'm not sure, but I'm hopefully going to be able to get an EEG done sometime soon to rule out. Basically, what I remember from the day that I had my seizure, I remember walking down, like I remember like a snip, like it's maybe like a few seconds in time, and I remember just bumping up against the wall of walking when I was walking down the hallway. I remember waking my mom and like my mom's face. She was just scared, and I remember telling her I love her, and she couldn't understand what I said. Everything else up into the point that my mom was talking on the phone to my grandma, and she had music on, and I had my head laid up against the window, and all I remember is I complained because the sunlight hurts, and that's like another reason. So basically, how I kind of have an indicator that I might have had a seizure the night before. I've back pain in the morning. I have bruises, and I normally get migraines like later on in the day. That's kind of how I know I might have possibly had a seizure in my sleep. But without having like an EEG, you won't know. But I want to say, if you're going through this, you can comment below. If you want to be more private, like talk to me, you can like DM me on Twitter. I'll try my best to help you through this, because I get it is scary. Everybody's seizures are different, and I completely understand that. So I may not be able to help you, but another person in the seizure community, in the epilepsy community, might be able to, because we each have our own struggles. And just because you have temporal lobe epilepsy doesn't mean you have the same temporal lobe epilepsy as everybody else, because my temporal lobe epilepsy is completely different than another person's temporal lobe epilepsy. But I just want to say that stay strong. This is not a prison. Even if it feels like it may be a prison to you, it is not. And I know some days are harder than others, and sometimes it might feel hard to fight. But always fight the best you can, because this is not the end. You can always live through this. And if your seizures are really bad, I'm so sorry. There's a girl that I've followed for a while, and I don't know if she's always had, I don't think she's always had them. She might, I don't know. But she has been a very big inspiration in this community. She gets to share her story and everything, and that is such an inspiration to me as being an epileptic, because you don't see people getting to share their story that often. And that's why I made this video, because I want to share my story so people can see this side of it. So I hope this video was helpful to someone. I'm sorry it's very long-winded, and I'm sorry it might be all over the place. That's partially like what I have to deal with my seizures. I have memory loss all the time. I stutter. It's hard. It's a very hard thing to deal with sometimes, especially only being 19. It's hard to deal with forgetting things, and it's hard to deal with like having to stutter. And anybody with a speech problem that does stutter understands, I think. Anyway, so like I said, I hope this helps somebody. And if you need to talk, you can message me on here. You could comment below. You can message me on Twitter. You can get a hold of me through Facebook. I don't think I have my link up for my page yet, but you guys can get a hold of me however you need to get a hold of me, because I truly would love to help you guys through this. Anyway, I think this video is probably long enough, and I just wanted to say, if you guys did enjoy this video and want to like learn more, I'm going to put the link to like the seizure epilepsy page that they have. And if you guys enjoy this video, please like it, comment below, share it, I guess. I mean, I don't know. And subscribe, because I would love to get this story out to more people. Just because, you know, maybe this can help people learn. Maybe this could help click somebody in that, oh wait, I'm having seizures too. So somebody doesn't have to deal with what I had to deal with as an 8-year-old, because I can only imagine how scary that could be at any age. So thank you for listening to my long-winded video. I'm so sorry that it's so long, but thank you so much. Bye guys.